Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to WRMK News with Riley King. Let's begin right now. First up, smoke from Massachusetts brushes fire drifts into southern New Hampshire. Let's take a listen to that report from WMUR News 9.
Before Biden opened the border, Jared Golden voted to protect sanctuary cities, gave welfare to illegal immigrants, voted to allow those benefits to be spent on liquor and bail. Jared Golden created a crisis, and this is the cost.
Tom, we're here in Salem, New Hampshire, where residents are calling the fire department saying they smell smoke. Now, firefighters say if you see or smell smoke in the area, it's likely coming up from Massachusetts, where they're battling around 400 acres of flames in the Salem area. There are nearly 50 active fires in Massachusetts. The air quality is a concern, and some kids were actually sent home early from school today. Firefighters are doing everything they can to keep the brush fires from traveling. We've been hearing officials here in New Hampshire warn about a high risk of brush fires during the stretch of dry weather. We've seen a few across the state in the last few days, each covering no more than a few acres. There is some visible smog in parts of southern New Hampshire, including Salem, and firefighters say the size of the mass fires and the current weather conditions are causing the smoke to travel in our direction.
There was a significant amount of smoke in a significant area in Massachusetts that's burning, and the path of the currents and the winds has brought right to Salem, New Hampshire, and soon enough, it'll be gone.
The Department of Environmental Sciences here in New Hampshire has found a slightly decreased air quality in Londonderry. They say that's likely because of where it's located. There are no warnings at this time, though, and firefighters say that little bit of rain that we might see could be enough to get rid of any smoke in the area. Live in Salem, Isabel Litters, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Nashua man accused of having ghost guns sentenced in federal prison. Let's take a listen to that report.
Before Biden opened the border, Jared Golden voted to protect sanctuary cities, gave welfare to illegal immigrants, voted to allow those benefits to be spent on liquor and bail. Jared Golden created a crisis, and this is the cost.
The judge expressed some reservations about the negotiated deal, which called for a sentence between 70 and 100 months, wondering if that was enough to protect the public. In the end, the judge split the difference, sentencing Reedy to 87 months, or a little over 7 years. Last December, Nashua police went to serve a warrant at Reedy's home on 12 Grand Avenue. It turned into a standoff that lasted for 3 hours, ending when chemicals forced Reedy out of the house. Seen here in an appearance in state court, Reedy emerged from the house with insulation on him. Nashua police and the ATF would later search the attic of the home where the insulation was located, discovering an AR-style rifle equipped with a silencer and 3 unregistered handguns, in addition to over 100 rounds of ammunition. U.S. Attorney Jane Young says ghost guns are becoming more of a problem, so they have formed a partnership with local law enforcement to get weapons off the street.
It was a Nashua matter. We reached out to the Nashua Police Department. Our partners at ATF had been working with Nashua to indicate that this was a case that we could do in this office, given this additional resource that we have dedicated to gun violence.
The case against Reedy began when a confidential informant purchased some drugs from him. Reedy is scheduled to be sentenced in state superior court on charges related to that arrest tomorrow. Reporting live in Concord, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report. 83-year-old dead after a crash in Winchester. 2 others, including a 1-year-old, injured.
You ready? Always ready. Woo! Transformers 1 is a great film for the whole family. How could anyone not love it? With non-stop laughs.
Why did you cut the door?
It was already like that. Right? Yes, that's right. Buy it on digital now.
An 83-year-old man from Peterborough has died, and 2 others, including a 1-year-old, injured after a 2-vehicle crash in Winchester. It happened just before 10 Monday morning on Manning Hill Road. Both vehicles were heavily damaged. The driver of a Ford Escape was flown to UMass Medical Center, where he passed away. The other driver and child were taken to Cheshire Medical Center for non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of this crash is under investigation.
Okay, and there you go on that report. Harris to give closing argument speech at the same site as Trump's January 6th rally. Let's take a listen to that report right now.
Before Biden opened the border, Jared Golden voted to protect sanctuary cities, gave welfare to illegal immigrants, voted to allow those benefits to be spent on liquor and bail. Jared Golden created a crisis, and this is the cost.
Harris's speech will take place on the flip side of the White House grounds from where we're standing right now, and she'll be using the executive mansion in order to illustrate the threat she says another Trump presidency poses to the nation's democracy.
Donald Trump is even more unstable and more unhinged.
In Michigan, highlighting the contrast between her and Trump.
Now he wants unchecked power.
Harris pitched to working-class voters at a semiconductor factory and later to college-age voters at the University of Michigan.
I love your generation. I really do. And one of the things about it is you are rightly impatient for change.
As Harris prepares to carry a larger message about democracy to Washington, D.C.
If you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
The same spot where Trump fanned anger, inciting a mob that attacked the Capitol on January 6th.
This feels even bigger than Madison Square Garden.
In Georgia, Trump not directly commenting on the backlash to a comedian's racist comments about Puerto Rico.
A floating island of garbage.
At his rally in New York on Sunday.
We have to stop getting so offended at every little thing in the United States of America. I'm so over it.
While Harris will be making her speech here in D.C. tonight, Trump will be holding a press conference later on this morning in Florida and then making campaign appearances in Pennsylvania. The focus in this final stretch of the campaign to convert that support into votes. At the White House, I'm Amy Lowe.
Okay, and there you go on that report. We're going to switch gears now and let's go into weather right now. And taking a look at the weather. Your weather for tonight, rain, low, 44 degrees, winds, light and variable, chance of rain, 100% rainfall, around a half an inch. Tomorrow, morning fog, then cloudy in the afternoon, slight chance of a rain shower, high 68, winds south-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow night, considerable clouds early, some decreasing of the clouds late, low 52, winds light and variable. It's currently cloudy and 47 degrees right now. And we're going to take a look at your traffic right now. And taking a look at the traffic right now, 93 heading into Massachusetts, a nice smooth sailing ride. 293, not too bad of a ride as well. 93 around Hooksett, Bow, and Concord, not too bad of a ride as well. 393, not too bad of a ride as well. Route 4, you got a fairly nice smooth sailing ride with few areas of medium pace traffic. Route 16 of the Spalding, not too bad of a ride as well. 95 from Maine, New Hampshire into the border of Massachusetts, not too bad of a ride as well. 101, not too bad of a ride. And Merrimack, Nashua into that border of Massachusetts, not too bad of a ride as well. That's a look at your traffic, and we're going to take a look at sports now. And sports, Boston Celtics, they had a game last night, and the final score of that game was Celtics 119 and Milwaukee Bucks 108. Celtics won the game last night. Celtics are 4-0 and Milwaukee Bucks are 1-3. Celtics and Pacers play tomorrow night at 7 o'clock p.m. New York Yankees, they had a World Series Game 3 last night with Los Angeles Dodgers, and the final score of that game was Los Angeles Dodgers 4 and Yankees 2. Dodgers lead 3-0. And Game 4 is tonight at 8:08 p.m. Hopefully, Yankees can win tonight's game. Bruins and Philadelphia Flyers, they play tonight at 7 o'clock p.m. Let's go Bruins. Hopefully they can win tonight's game. And New York Giants and Pittsburgh Steelers, they had a NFL Monday night game last night, and the final score of that game was Pittsburgh Steelers 26, New York Giants 18. Pittsburgh Steelers won the game last night. It was week 8 of 18. Pittsburgh Steelers are 6-2, and New York Giants are 2-6. And that does it for this evening edition of WRMK News with Riley King. Thank you for tuning in and listening right here on WRMK News Radio. Good night and goodbye.